Neymar and the curses of injuries that haunt the Brazilian star. In the universe of football, few names shine as intensely as Neymar Jr. His unique skill and unmistakable style make him an iconic figure. Unfortunately, behind the shine, there is a persistent shadow. The curses of injuries that seem to haunt this talented player. The drama of the ACL injury. One of the most devastating injuries Neymar faced was the rupture of the anterior cruciate ligament, known as ACL. This injury, which haunts high-performance athletes, can occur without any contact during a training session or game. The terrible scene of this injury in football. In the context of football, this injury is often caused when a player plants a foot on the ground and rotates the trunk in the opposite direction. Imagine the scene. The trunk and thigh rotate internally, while the foot rooted in the ground and the locked leg impose extreme tension on the ACL until it gives way. The crucial role of the ACL in the human body. The anterior cruciate ligament, located in the knee, plays a fundamental role in joint stability, especially in preventing excessive anterior translation of the tibia in relation to the femur. This is of vital importance in sports that demand abrupt changes of direction like football. Surgery as a last resort and hope. It is no surprise that the rupture of the ACL is one of the main causes of surgeries in the sports world. The intensity of the force of movement and the weight of the athlete can determine additional damage. A notorious example is the case of Neymar, who also suffered from meniscus rupture due to the severity of the injury. Neymar, one of the greatest talents in football, is frequently tested by these curses of injuries. But his resilience and passion for the game continue to inspire fans around the world. What does the future hold for this sports star? Only time will tell, but his journey is undoubtedly full of ups and downs, making it even more exciting to follow. It is important to note that injuries are a common part of the career of high-performance athletes, especially in football, due to the physical nature of the sport. However, Neymar has shown resilience in overcoming these adversities and continues to be one of the most talented and popular players in the world. The striker has suffered at least 5 other serious injuries in his career besides this ligament rupture in the knee. The timeline with the injuries that tested Neymar mettle in his journey. April 2014. Edema of the 4th metatarsal of the right foot. When he was still playing for Barcelona, Neymar suffered an injury to the metatarsal of his right foot in the clash against Real Madrid for the final of the Copa del Rey. Neymar underwent almost a month of treatment and recovery and ended up missing 4 matches in the season. The biggest problem was that this injury happened very close to the 2014 World Cup in Brazil, which greatly affected the player's performance for the Brazilian team during the Cup. Neymar would still score 4 goals in 5 matches for the Brazilian team in the World Cup, but suffered another very serious injury in the quarterfinals that would move Brazil. July 2014. Fracture in the lumbar vertebra. In the duel against Colombia, for the quarterfinals of the 2014 World Cup, Neymar was hit in the back by the Colombian Zuniga. Neymar suffered a fracture in the lumbar vertebra, had to be cut from the World Cup in a move that caused a national commotion for the player's recovery. Neymar spent 2 months in recovery off the fields. In an interview, the Brazilian striker said it was one of the worst moments of his career. He even lost feeling in his legs. And he added, "The doctor told me, I have 2 pieces of news, a good one and a bad one. Which one do you want first?" I asked for the bad one and he told me that I was out of the World Cup. And already crying, I asked what the good one was. And he told me that if it had been 2 centimeters to the side, I wouldn't walk anymore. February 2018. Fracture of the 5th metatarsal of the right foot. In 2018, Neymar once again had a complicated injury close to a World Cup. In February of that year, he was a PSG player and fractured the metatarsal of his right foot in the match against Olympique de Marseille for the French Championship. Neymar was out for about 3 months and missed 18 matches in the season, returning close to the World Cup in Russia. The recovery from this injury once again compromised the player's performance in a cup. June 2019. Rupture of the ligament of the right ankle. In 2019, Neymar unfortunately injured himself again close to an important competition, the Copa America that was disputed in Brazilian lands. In the friendly against Qatar, at the main Garrincha Stadium, In preparation for the competition, Neymar ruptured the ligament of his right ankle and left the venue on crutches. Neymar was taken for exams at a hospital near the stadium, and it was found that he would not be able to return in time to dispute the Copa America. The player missed 5 official matches in the season. Without Neymar on the field, Brazil won the 2019 Copa America, defeating Peru 3-1 in the final at the Maracana Stadium. February 2023. Sprain in the ligaments of the right ankle. When he was still a PSG player, Neymar suffered a severe injury in the duel against Lille for the French championship. The medical diagnosis found a sprain in the ligaments of the right ankle, which would take Neymar out for more than 4 months and 18 official matches from the fields. Neymar would only return to play for PSG in the 2023/2024 preseason, before finalizing his transfer to Al Hilal. October 2023. Rupture of the anterior cruciate ligament and meniscus of the left knee. In the defeat that Brazil suffered by 2-0 against Uruguay for the 4th round of the South American qualifiers for the 2026 World Cup, Neymar suffered a serious injury still in the first half of the match. Neymar collided with midfielder De La Cruz, fell on the field crying, and immediately asked for a substitution. He was replaced by striker Richarlison a little before halftime. Neymar left the Centenario Stadium on crutches and in a lot of pain. After more detailed exams, the doctor of the Brazilian team, Rodrigo Losmar, found a rupture of the anterior cruciate ligament and meniscus of the left knee, which should keep the striker off the fields for at least 6 months. Unraveling Neymar injury curses. Neymar Jr., one of the most talented and brilliant football players, has been tormented by a series of injuries that threaten his performance and career. I invite you to be a football performance analyst for a few minutes, and let's unravel and exorcise Neymar from the curses of injuries, and let's look for solutions to prevent them from haunting our Brazilian star again. Pattern identification. The first step is to recognize the patterns in Neymar injuries. A detailed analysis reveals that many of them occurred during change of direction movements, such as dribbling and sharp turns. This suggests that movement technique needs to be improved. Specific training. It is essential to implement specific training focused on injury prevention. Exercises that strengthen the muscles around the knee, such as quadriceps and hamstrings, can help stabilize the joint and reduce the risk of injuries, mainly in the ACL. Technique improvement. Neymar is known for his bold plays and disconcerting dribbles. However, it is essential to work on the safe execution of these movements. The improvement of the technique and awareness about biomechanics during the game will minimize stress on the knee. Proper recovery. After each injury, it is important to ensure a complete recovery is crucial. Pressing to return too soon can aggravate injuries or lead to recurrences. A comprehensive rehabilitation plan, supervised by long-term visionary professionals, is vital. Load management. Managing Neymar training load and playing time is fundamental. Avoiding overloading him and ensuring adequate rest periods can help prevent fatigue injuries. Attention to nutrition and hydration. Nutrition plays a vital role in recovery and injury prevention. A balanced diet and adequate hydration are key elements in maintaining muscle and joint health. Also avoid exaggeration with alcohol, as the wise King Solomon said. Do not let yourself be dominated by wine and fermented drinks. When using them, it is important to dominate over them and not be dominated. If you do not have this principle, stay away from this type of drink. Just stay on water and the energy drink. In the case of the crack, the Red Bull that sponsors him. The mentality of overcoming challenges. Neymar needs to maintain a resilient mentality. Injuries are challenges of sport and life, and overcoming them requires determination, patience, and support from the medical team and training, and good vibes from the brothers of the Brazilian nation. The number 10 jersey has been doing exercises related to ball control, speed, and balance. Neymar's recovery process is being monitored by Brazilian fitness coach Ricardo Rosa and the team's doctor, Spanish physician Juan Jimenez. In Saudi Arabia, Neymar is entering the final months of recovery from a serious injury to his left knee. The Brazilian forward for Al Hilal is expected to resume training with the rest of the team during the preseason in July, at a location yet to be determined, according to the Saudi newspaper Al Riyadiyah. He was not included in the list of players called up by coach Dorival Jr. for the Copa America, which will take place between June and July 2024 in the United States of America. Despite Neymar's absence for most of the current season, Al Hilal set a new world record of 34 consecutive victories in men's football and secured their 19th Saudi championship title. Recently, the team's social media channels shared a foot volley match involving the number 10 jersey and his teammates in the locker room. The result excited fans who are eagerly anticipating Neymar's return to the field. Currently, the club's plan is to reintegrate Neymar into the squad at the beginning of the next preseason. Meanwhile, Neymar continues his recovery protocol in Saudi Arabia. Neymar underwent various treatments in an attempt to be match-ready for the Copa America, but unfortunately, the star player wasn't able to participate. He recently shared a snapshot of his daily training on social media, captioning it with faith and strength. During a game of his team, Al Hilal, in Saudi Arabia, Neymar brought together two ex-girlfriends, singer Gabby and Bruna Biancardi, with whom he has a 7-month-old daughter named Mavi. Regarding Bruna Biancardi, she and Neymar have been seen together in public again. The influencer and the player were filmed strolling in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. These encounters have fueled rumors that they have rekindled their relationship. Both were also captured arriving together at the Kingdom Arena Stadium. Officially separated since November, Neymar previously admitted in June 2023 that he had cheated on his girlfriend after a video leaked showing him on a date with model Fernanda Campos in Sao Paulo. As Neymar continues his recovery from injury, he is expected to return to the football field between September and October. In summary, unraveling the curses of Neymar injuries involves a holistic approach, encompassing movement techniques, training, recovery, load management, and a resilient mentality. With a dedicated focus on prevention and care for his health, Neymar can continue to enchant the world with his talent, free from the curses of the injuries that haunted him. I am very grateful for your company so far, and I meet you in the next video.